Gave you my heart.
Oh my god, my temperature is so high. Temperature? Hello everyone. As you saw, I was so confused with the terms like temperature when my elder sister was sick. Then I had a quick glance at the textbook and I was mesmerized by the facts. I am sure by the end of this session, you will be so excited to try out the experiments you are going to see. And who doesn't like to be ahead of the class in a few concepts? So let us begin. Let us begin by knowing what is hot and what is cold. Let us take some common examples. The most common example of cold can be ice cream or an ice cube, and an example of hot can be candle flame, and so on. We mostly tell apart objects hot and cold by touching them. But do you know, our sense of touch can betray our trust. How it can betray our trust? Let us know by this activity.
Take 3 beakers, first containing cold water, second containing warm water, and third containing room temperature water. Now dip 1 finger each in cold water and warm water together and keep it for some time. After some time, remove both of your finger and together put it in the room temperature water. What do you feel? Pause the video and write in the comment section down below. Check your answer.
If you have a keen observation, you must have observed my sister used the term temperature. Well, what does it mean? It means the degree of hotness or coldness of an object or place. And how to measure it? Well, we use a device known as thermometer to measure.
When the mercury goes up, it's getting hotter. When the mercury goes down, it's getting colder. Thermometer, our weather tools, telling us how hot or cool. Thermometer, tell temperature.
There are 3 types of thermometer, and the first one is
Nickel thermometer. It ranges between 35 degree to 42 degree and is used to measure body temperature. The second one is laboratory thermometer. It ranges from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Next is maximum minimum thermometer used by meteorologists for the weather reports.
Remember, heat transfers from a hot object to a cold object. Like you must have observed, when we are cooking food, the flame is hot and then we keep the cold pan on it and the pan also becomes hot. Then while you cook the food, you keep the food on top of the pan. The pan is hot, the food is cold, and the food also becomes hot after a while. This process where the heat transfers from a hot object to a cold object is known as conduction. And let us see conduction example through an activity.
Flame is hot and after some time the pan also gets hot. Then the food which is cooked on the pan is also hot and now it is being cooked. This is an example of conduction.
Hope you're clear with how heat transfers from a hot object to a cold object. But for knowing conduction better, you should know the 2 terms conductors and insulators. Conductors are objects which allow heat or electricity to pass through them. Some examples can be metals like iron, copper, zinc, etc. And next term is insulators. Insulators means objects which do not allow electricity or heat to pass through them. Some examples could be plastic, wood, paper, etc. Water and air are poor conductors of heat. So heat transfers through them by a process known as convection. And an example of convection can be boiling water. Let us understand what is convection through an activity.
Materials required are 1 CD and 1 cardboard piece, hot water, cold water, and a bottle of ink. Now pour some ink in the hot water so that we can easily distinguish between hot and cold water later on. Next, take the disc and place it on top of the cold water. Now take the cardboard piece and cover the hole of the CD, and then flip the glass of cold water on top of the glass of hot water. Next, try to slide out the cardboard. I needed some assistance here, so I took the help of my mom. Next, you will be able to see that the hot water is rising up to the cold water. We can tell this easily, as you can see the cold water is also becoming black. As you know, hot air rises up making the cold water also black. This is an example of convection. This is how it looks. Now we have proved that hot air rises up, but does it go down as well? Let us check. This time, place the hot water on top of the cold water and then slid the cardboard out. This will prove that hot air doesn't go down. As you can see, the cold water is still clear and not black like the last time. This was the activity of convection.
If you would have noticed, sun gives us heat. But unlike conduction and convection, sun doesn't have a medium to give us heat. So, it transfers heat by a process known as radiation. Some examples of radiation can be sun's heat, obviously, and waves produced by a mobile phone. And so here I have a mobile phone. Mobile phone emits very harmful radiation waves, and so we sometimes put these anti-radiation stickers to prevent it. And that's why it is told to not keep your mobile next to you while you are sleeping, because that can affect your health very badly. Okay, so we are left with the last two concepts, sea breeze and land breeze. Let us see what is sea breeze. Sea breeze occurs during daytime. So in daytime we have sun. And you have to remember very important things, which is land gets heated up quickly and cools down quickly, whereas sea heats up slowly and cools down slowly. Okay? So if sea heats up slowly, it would still be cold, right? And land heats up quickly, so it will be hot till now with the sun's radiation. Okay? So land is hot and sea is cold. So the air above land will also be hot and the air above sea will
Be cold.
And you must be knowing hot air rises up. So the air from land will rise up. This is the warm air. Then the sea is cold. So the cold air, okay, is here. This, when the hot air rises from here, it creates a low pressure region. Yes, it creates a low pressure region. And now the sea is having a high pressure region. Okay. So, to equalize the pressure, the sea sends some of its air to the land. Here. And the sea was cold, so its air will also be cold. So, this is the cool air. Okay. So, this is the complete procedure of sea breeze. Now, let us see land. Land breeze occurs during night time. So, it is just the opposite of sea breeze. Here, as I told you, sea cools down
Slower.
So, right now the sea will already be hot, still be hot, right? And land till now would have become cold because it's quick. So, land is cold and sea is hot at night. So, what happens? The sea is having hot air which will rise up. This is the hot air which is rising and creating the low pressure region in the sea area. The land will be having a high pressure region now, and equalize the pressure, the land will be sending its cold air to the sea. This is the cool air. And this process continues. This is known as land.
This is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like the video, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel Miss Trailblazer for more fun, exciting and learning content. Bye. Stay tuned.